Hey everyone, it's release day. We have the new Connie Rice Papers summer release, and I forgot to schedule my live. So hopefully you find me and you can come on and see what we have for the summer release because it is so good. Hopefully my papers have launched on my website because I told it to do it by itself, but that's the first time I've done that. Um, let's just check while I wait for people to pop on. See, it says it's so my papers will be live after I get off of here, but there are other retailers who are going to have their papers live at 10 o'clock. Just give me some grace because I told it to do it, but I don't. It's a new website, you know? So that new website is just a little challenging for me right now. And I'll get them up. They're all ready. I just have to make them public. And I told it to make them public at 10 o'clock, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't work. So we have a couple of people joining us this morning. Luann says, good morning, happy release day. I know, it's so exciting. I can't wait. I love for you guys to see these. And April, good morning. How many are you releasing today? I believe there's 17, but that is because there's full and then there's the multiple sheets. So I don't even remember how many designs there are, how many new designed papers there are. But I have to get them over here where you can't see them as soon as I turn that other camera on. So anyway, there's 17 new papers, but not quite that many designs. Just Janice says excited. Me too, Janice. I can't wait. I'm gonna just chat for a few minutes here while some other people hop on so that they can see them. I did a couple projects. I didn't get to do as many as I wanted. Actually, I was still working on one right before I went live. And all of a sudden I'm like, crap, you didn't schedule your live. How can you go live? So I had to stop. Hopefully it's drying and it will be ready when I'm ready for it. Because I got to show you how I used one of them. So yeah, like I said, my papers are not live right now. They will be. So as soon as I get off here, I will go and make them public. So there's other retailers that hopefully they can join us this morning, and their papers are live as well. If you have one of my retailers that you order your paper from, they probably are live right now. So Mary Beth, excited for you, lucky for us. Yes, Mary Beth. And it's so fun. I just love to paint the papers. And Dina says, hello, good to see you. I love your papers. Thank you, Dina. And I have that creative side in me. Sounded like someone was here. I have that creative side in me that I have to create. And now I have an opportunity to share it with all of you. And I have an opportunity to share it with all of my retailers who I am so blessed with those retailers because they truly treasure my art, which is kind of crazy to me. Like, I don't know. I it's I don't have words. I don't have words for how much they trust what I'm doing and that they are being a retailer for Connie Lines and Designs. And it's just heartwarming. I love every single one of them. So it is Raba Gloria. Hello, how are you? I have not seen that name for quite a while. I'm going to add my other camera to the stage. And not that one. And we're gonna flip it here so you can see my blank piece of paper. So we're gonna go through the new designs and I'm gonna give you a little story as to why I created them and how this brain works. I don't know how it works the way that it does. It's a good thing you guys aren't in my head because um, it's just a mess up here. It's hard to keep up. Rob says, doing great. Say hi to my buddy Wilson. I will. Wilson's at work right now. So I will tell him you said hi when he gets home. So thanks for joining today, Rob, and everyone else. And so we're going to start out with this first paper. Someone had requested some patriotic paper, and I know it's getting late, but we still have all summer long that you can use this paper. And I was just excited to create my version of patriotic. So this is called Freedom. I painted the background and then I painted the bird, but not on the same paper. I painted the background on one sheet and then I painted the bird on the other sheet. And this background is the same background from my back porch collection for that paper that I created. Let me grab that quickly. I think. So here's the back porch collection paper that when you order the back porch collection, this is the paper that you get in there this time. So the background is mine, and then these are all digitally created images. So I didn't paint any of these except for the background, but I painted this one. This one is my bird. And you know, I got this from Royce. This is why I did a bird for the patriotic look. I got it from Royce because when I paint birds, I always paint them to the coloring that they're supposed to be. And she said, you don't have to paint birds the way they're the colors they're supposed to be. And I'm like, I guess I never thought that I didn't have to do that. So after I got done with her retreat, that's when I did this one. And so then I pieced them together and I'm calling him Freedom. So isn't he just a beautiful, beautiful bird? He's so bright. Just wait till you see this paper. Like this head is as bright as the woodpeckers that look like they're wearing tuxedos. Do you have any of them in your yard? They have a really, really red head and then they have a white belly and a black wings and they look like they're wearing a tuxedo. Ours is called tuxedo. So that is the first one, Freedom. And let's see. Luann says adorable. Lisa says beautiful bird. Thank you so much. Rob said that's amazing. Needs some Connie lines. It does have Connie lines, Rob. See, it does have Connie lines. They're just a little bit lighter. So there are Connie lines on that one. And Sandy says, so cute. Thank you. And then, of course, you guys know that I like to have the multiples. So here's the 5x7 and 2 4x6s of Freedom. So those are available, the full sheet or the multiple sheet. These multiple sheets are so easy to use that you can just buy a frame at the thrift store, cut it out, put it in the frame, done. You got instant patriotic summer decor. So this, I did do a project with this one. I can show you that project while we're here because it's on a flat board. So here is the project made with this bird right here. And it's a board that had a step insert. So I put the paper onto the step insert. And then I had an issue. The paper tore right here. And so you could see white. So I knew I had to grunge that spot up a little bit. So I found a solution because most of the time our paint absorbs into our paper, correct? So if if you're going to do any type of blending or overlaying on top of the paper and you don't want it to soak into the paper, no matter how many coats of Big Top or liquid patina you put on it, it's still going to soak into it. And so does the wax. I found a solution. I have this golden, we'll put it down here, golden heavy gel mat. And I put that over the top and let it dry. And that paint is not absorbing into that paper. This worked really, really well. So it's a heavy gel matte medium. And let me tell you, it is heavy. Like, it's not coming out of there. It's like paste, but it dries clear. So, and it's kind of stinky. So I will put the link for this to my Amazon store. I'll go and link this up after I get off of here so that if you want to order that, you can. But let me show you. So I didn't seal this yet on purpose. So I'm going to take, there's weathered wood right here, and I can take and erase that weathered wood off of there, and it doesn't, like before it would have absorbed into the paper. So it's not even absorbed into the paper. So that's your little tip for today. So give me all a thumbs up if you like that little tip. And Amy Waters says, hello, everyone. Luann says, I love that you do multiples. So many people do. And Angela says, good morning. Rob says, looks amazing. Vicky says, hello. Vicky Zach says, hello. I did just that. One of your prints is in a frame over my sink. Yes, you just framed it. It's perfect art. And Janice gives thumbs up. She liked that tip. So that's my tip for the day, is the heavy matte gel medium. So I got to move these papers or you're going to see some little peaks. Next up is Unfold Your Wings. And this background I had for a long time. I just didn't ever do anything with the background. It's electrified from DIY with a little probably tarnished pearl on top of it. And then I scratched with the back side of my paintbrush. I was scratching, trying to find the electrified back again. And then I just didn't know what to do with it. Well, I wanted to figure out how to paint loose butterflies. So I just started to quickly paint some butterfly shapes onto this paper. And it turned out so pretty. And it's called Unfold Your Wings. It's been very popular with the retailers. And I have a feeling it's going to be very popular for the multiple image as well. And this green is electrified. It's like bright. And the butterflies are nice and bright also. They are painted with some of the painterly paints. So they have that brightness to them. So that is Unfold Your Wings. I really, really like that one. I'm not necessarily a butterfly person, but this was just calling me and it was telling me to actually do something. I purposely left it a little blank down here on the bottom. So if somebody was using it in their journal or scrapbooking or whatever, they have a spot right here for some words or some text or something like that. So leaving that space there was intentional. All right. And while I was painting that, every time I had extra on my brush, I painted onto another piece of paper that I had, another art sheet that I had. And so that's how this background came about. It's called blue-green background, and that's all it is. And this can totally be used with a number of my papers today, because I've kind of using the same color palette. But if you're a mixed media person, this paper and this paper go really well together. And you can use them in your scrapbook and kind of bring those colors all together. So the background papers have been very, very popular being ordered from me. and from other retailers, because the retailers do order the pink background paper. Right now, I just have 2 pink ones out there. So now we have a blue-green one. And this right here, guys, is bubble wrap. So I took a piece of bubble wrap, and while this yellow was wet, this electrified yellow color right here, I put the bubble wrap down, pulled it off, and I got the underneath color there. So it's fun. It's got so many textures on it. Then we have this one. This one is called Mom's House. So I was going to do a live, and I was going to, because of my back porch collection, kicking that off, I wanted to paint a porch. So I wanted to paint a house with a porch on it. So this was it took me a little bit longer to finish it up, but this was my 15-minute sketch before I went live for how I was going to paint a porch on the front of a house. The actual live that I did, the house is yellow. And this house is blue because my mom, she always wanted a blue house, and like a bright blue house, like that blue house. And she did get her bright blue house. And with 11 children, it's a big house. So I said when I gave it to when I left it for the retailers, when we did their video, I said, I think the house is still blue, but I purposely drove by it and it is not still blue. They changed the siding color. So it is not blue anymore. But then we have hollyhocks that are growing in the front here. Hollyhocks are a favorite of mine, and they remind me of my grandma. And then I painted it right on music sheet. So this is painted right on the music sheet. And then I grunged up the music sheet a little bit. I even took and put a jar into the wet paint and then placed it on here to make it look like when you were doing your mixed media, your coffee cup kind of spilled all over. So that's called Mom's House. And then, of course, we have the multiple for Mom's House. Let's see. Lisa says that house is gorgeous. Thank you, Lisa. Missed one. Luann says, love it. Excuse me. Karen Allen says, I have a question. Is rice paper thinner than the stuff they DIY on YouTube? Rice paper is very, very thin. It's not as thin as decoupage paper, but it's thinner than regular paper. Like, here's a piece of printing paper, and you can't see the image through there. But if I put this image here, this one here, and this one here, you can see that bird through here. You probably can't on camera, but I can see it through there. So you can kind of see that image. Like right here, you can see the red stripes right here. So that's how thin the paper is. So it's not as thin as decoupage paper, but it is thinner than printing paper. Whoops, this one's the one I want to take away. Hopefully that answered your question, Karen. And Janice says, love the blue house. Thank you. Rob says, adorable. Whoops, missed one again. Vicky says, we have 10 with stepkids. I know how small a house can feel, and ours was new. Maybe you meant new. Yeah, we have I have 11 brothers and sisters, and we were in it was actually a 3-bedroom house. So we had mom and dad had a bedroom, and then the girls had a bedroom, and the boys had a bedroom. So there were 5 girls and 6 boys, and 5 girls slept in one bedroom, and 6 boys slept in the other one until we actually remodeled. So I slept with my sisters. So we never could get mad at each other, because if we were mad at each other, it didn't matter. You had to sleep with them that night. So yeah, it was fun times. Love the story to your prints. Thank you, Rob. And that I print from my heart. And so I like to tell you why I paint from my heart. So I like to tell you why I'm painting what I'm painting. That house is so country or beachy. Love it. Yes, it's very country or beachy. It can be either way. Do you think clear gesso would work instead of the heavy-bodied gel? No, I've tried it, Luann. It's like a liquid patina. It's still a decoupage medium. So what I think it has to be is it has to be that really, really thick stuff. Like I said, this is, let me get a brush here. Like this is really, really thick. That's not coming off that brush. So I really think it has to be the heavy body. You could try that other, if you have some and don't want to purchase this heavy bodied Luann, you can try it just on a little spot and see if it's going to absorb. But this is the first stuff that I actually found that it worked amazing. I can't even tell you. It was just like mind-boggling that it worked. Rob says rice paper is more translucent. Yes, it is very translucent. Karen says, thank you. Vicky says, blue. Laugh out loud. Yeah. And Waste Not Upcycled. Kathy is here. Good morning. Excited to see the new release. Thank you, Kathy. Luann says, thanks. Karen says, do you have French country rice paper? Oh, I don't, but that's a good thought. That's a very good thought. I'll put that on my list for more French country. Love Mom's house. Thank you. My mom loved her house too. Karen says, love your rice papers. Thank you. Luann says, we can tell you put love into your art. That's why they are fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, so next up, we have to get through these because we got a few more to go here. Zinnias. So I love zinnias. And I could never figure out how to paint them. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer for this one. So I could never figure out how to paint all those little petals that zinnias make. Their petals, there's so many layers of them, and it just never made sense for me to do it. So finally, it was Natalie from Sparks of Joy that she sent me a laser cutout of a peony. And I painted the laser cutout in sections in each petal's section. And after I painted that, I'm like, I think I can paint a zinnia now because I'm just going to draw it all out. And then I'm going to paint the little sections one at a time. So that's actually what I did is I painted all of these little sections being their own painting one at a time. And then Rob, there's some Connie lines on there. They're not too crazy, but there are Connie lines on there. So this is my zinnia. Zinnia is one of my favorite flowers. And now I got to get you back. It's one of my favorite flowers. And I put it in just a teal little tin can there and put zinnias, bees welcome on it. I planted zinnias this summer, and as I was planting them, I'd go out the next day to check and see how they were doing, and something ate them. So as fast as I planted them, something ate them that fast. So I have like 3 plants left. I'm so sad. So at least I have this paper. And so this is the multiple of the zinnias. So let's read a couple more comments while you see this one. Nancy says, good morning. Good morning, Nancy. Karen says, thank you so much. Debbie, good morning, Debbie. How are you? Thank you for joining. Verla says, I came in late, so I will watch it again. Oh, you know what? I'll probably show you just really quickly again. Oh, Natalie is here. And she says, oh my God, that makes me love it even more. I love the colors in that paper. Yeah, they're very bright. They're again made with painter leaf, which they go really well. If you're a mixed media person, they go really well with this paper. So if you're mixed media, they can just go in your scrapbook, in your journal together. Yeah, it was your laser that taught me that how I could paint those zinnias. And Nancy says, love the zinnias. Thank you. Luann says, pretty. Debbie says, love this paper. Thank you, Debbie. And Karen said, my mom's favorite flower besides roses. Excellent. I can't grow roses, only the cabbage roses. And all right, guys, I've always wanted to paint birds on a wire, but I didn't ever want to paint birds on a wire looking like someone else's. So after I painted my patriotic bird that you seen earlier, I thought, why can't I paint birds on a wire in ridiculous bright colors? It won't match anyone else's, and it'll be only my birds, and they're super simple little birds. I'll get closer on this one as well. So they're super simple little birds, and they're in those crazy colors. Again, able to go with this paper. Like the blues are matching, the electric green is matching, the yellow. And then also, I made them so that you could fussy cut around them if you really wanted. So you can, I also made them with some gaps in between so you can cut them and make multiples from one. So you could have like 2 birds on this paper, the 3 birds right here. You can have 1 bird, you can have 1 bird or 2 birds, or even those 5 birds right there. So I purposely put gaps in between them so that you could cut them up. So them, they're just, I don't know, I love them. They are so cute. And then, of course, we have the multiple sheet. I'll turn it back this way so you can see that one. I'll pick you up a little bit again. So we have the multiple sheet of and that's called Feathered Friends. Sorry, I forgot to tell you the name of that one. Feathered Friends. Did I tell you the name of the last? Oh, Zinnias were Zinnia Brilliance. So that was pretty typical name there. So Sandy says, love zinnias. I grow lots from seeds. Yeah, I did too this winter and babied them suckers in the house for how many months, and then something ate them as soon as I planted them. Rob said the birds are beautiful. Thank you, Rob. Lisa said, oh goodness, my favorite birds on a wire. Good. Luann says adorable. Kathy said they are so amazing, Connie. The birds are fun. Yeah, the birds are very fun. And Verla says, love the birds. Karen said, the little babies are amazing. Just love them. Yeah, they're way cute. So then I have, if you like that one, I love this one. I put the background on there for you. So this background, I put it on there for you. So that's the background. It's got some grungy, rusty scratches all over the outside edge, and then it's Feathered Friends with background. So those little feathered friends come in 2 different papers. No background and background. And so that's why I said I didn't know how many designs I had, because I was having so much fun playing with them. I just couldn't stop. But they are stinking cute. And then, of course, we have the multiple of them. I put one of them on a cutting board. This is just a small little cutting board. And I put that on there. Isn't that just sweet? It is just the sweetest thing. And it's got the rusty, crusty edges around it. You don't even have to do that. I did it for you. I did all the scratching and the paint splatter. I did it all for you. Throw it on a breadboard, done. Put it in a frame, done. All right. Now we're gonna catch up with some comments, and then I'm gonna show you. So I think we were right here. We read that one. Berla says, love the birds. Karen said, the little birds are amazing. Just love them. Thank you, guys. House of Fritz, love the designs. Thank you. Lisa says, oh, wow. And shoot, I'm late. Still early here. Oh, I waken you up. Karen says, beautiful. Debbie says, I'm going to get this one. Love it. You certainly, yeah, I love it. I have created with it. It is so cute. Well, this month's budget just flew out the window. Now to figure out just how many to get. Don't worry, Luann, they aren't going anywhere. I will keep printing for the retailers and for you guys. So Upcycling and Z says, hi, Connie, I'm late too. Oh, you're just fine. And Rob Gloria says, you need to come up with a beach collection. I should. I don't live near the beach, so I don't think of it. So I had a lot of people talk to me about they wanted papers for their journals, for their mixed mediums. And then I found something out about myself that I didn't know. I can draw with my left hand. So I took some, just a old book, a vintage book. So I got this vintage book and I ripped out some pages and I just started creating with my left hand. It was just out of a whim. And then I didn't like how it looked just on the book page. So I painted the book page sloppily, painted it white, and then I did it again with my left hand. And then I thought, hey, that needs to be a rice paper. So here is Journal 4-Up, no color. So this is one of my favorite papers. I am in love with this paper. And so it's Journal 4-Up. So there's 4 different flowers, all drawn with my left hand on book pages. And then it's with charcoal. So of course, when I seal it, it smears a little bit. So it smears a tiny bit, which I tried not to get it to smear. And I actually like the smearing better. So I'm like, oh, then let's stop trying to make it not smear. So I really like the smearing. It makes it look more organic. So these are really fun. I am in love with these. So that's Journal 4-Up, no color. So you guys know there's a little hint right there. Then I couldn't stop. I did 3 more. So I did a music sheet with some wisteria hanging on it. And then 2 other flowers down here. And these are super, super sweet. So this is Journal 3-Up, no color. So that's a little bit of a hint. We'll read a couple more comments before we show you. Oh my gosh, yes, beach collection, please. Okay, we'll look at that. Luann says beach collect would be great. Perfect. Natalie saying, I'm actually on the way to the beach now. We're raining right now, cold and rainy. So Upcycling NZ says, oh, I love that. I do too. I just love it. And finding out I could draw with my left hand was really fun. Lisa said, my grandson recently broke his right hand and realized he could write and draw and do almost anything with his left hand. That's amazing. It is amazing. Kathy, this is your dream collection, girl. All right. So this paper, after I had printed it onto rice paper, then I painted it. So I painted right on this rice paper. And then for you guys, I took the image of that and made a rice paper. So this is Journal 4-Up color. And then, of course, we have Journal 3-Up color. Look at them. Isn't that fun? So here they are with no color. And then there they are with the color. So it's so fun. So you can either paint them in yourself in your journal book and paint them whatever colors you want, or you can purchase the painted ones. And that's it for my collection, guys. Let me remove this camera and go to here because I have a couple examples to show you. So that first one, that Freedom, this is the board that I did. It's not sealed, so this brown is still a kind of a little dull. So in the video, I talked about using this heavy gel matte medium, and it worked perfectly for blending over top of the paper. So in case you didn't get that tip, go back and watch. It's right, this is the very first paper. So I talk about that tip right at the beginning. So make sure you go watch that, and I'll put an Amazon link to that heavy gel medium in there. Then I have this little arched box. It's flat, so it sits flat. It has one of the images. This is the 3-up. So what I did is I took a journal page that was painted in, or it had green paint on it and some other type of textures. And then I put this paper right on the top of it. I don't know that I'm done with this. I might add shadowing around it and things like that. So it might, and maybe some words, since it is a little treasure box for someone. So you can use it just not only in your journal, but you can use it on your projects as well. We talked about how you can just frame them. So I had this wood frame I found at the thrift store. This is perfect frame. It's like nothing's wrong with it. And I put the zinnias in there. Zinnia Brilliance is in there. Those colors are so bright. They are just amazing. So I did that with that one. Here is just this sweet little journal 4-up. This is the coneflower, my favorite. And so he's just in a little pink frame. I painted the frame pink to match him. This is the one with the color in it. So I didn't paint this one. It actually is it's the printed one with the color in it. And it even has little pink splatter. So you can see that little pink splatter on it. Those are my favorite papers. So good, so good. And then the little feathered friends with the background on a cutting board. That is just fun. Wouldn't that be sweet sitting in your kitchen? I just think it's cute. Then you could actually put this heavy gel medium on here to protect it a little bit from your kitchen so that you can wipe it off a little bit easier. That's what I think I'm going to do, is just really protect this from kitchen grime. You know, we have kitchen grime. And then the journal 4-up is my favorite. So I put it on this tote box. So look at that tote box. It doesn't just have to go in your journal. It can go on your projects as well. So there it is on here. And I think I might add some words down here, maybe stencil the word flowers or something on there. And then it's just this little tote that I found at the thrift store. And I put some clay pots in it. And it's just worked great. So let's check some comments. You know it, Natalie. This is amazing. I'm so excited. I'm so glad. And Rob said, love the look of watercolor. Yep, it does kind of look like watercolor. And then Second Chance Vintage and Decor says, so amazing, Linda. And Luann says, wow, outstanding release. Thank you, Luann. I appreciate that. Debbie says, oh my, what a beautiful collection. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Upcycling NZ says, birds on a wire really jump out from that cutting board. Great depth. I know, it's like I painted it there. So you can put it on a cutting board and it's going to look like you painted it there. It's so good. Oh, I did forget to show you, I have a journal page here, and I did put my flower in here. I was going to paint it for you so you could see how easy it is. We're going to do that real quick. Okay? Because it takes just literally minutes. So I have some DIY petticoat pink. And I'm just painting that on. And then I'm going to take some Painterly in old, nope, this is love language. And I'm going to add a little bit of water to it so that it can be more watercolory. So the trick to this painting on the paper and seeing the lines is to make sure that it's really watery, because then your lines, it's going to be so transparent that your lines are just going to come through. So look at this. You're going to be an artist in your journal. You're going to be able to paint these papers. And we have a little bit of depth here with some petticoat pink. And then we have some electrified green for the little leaves. See how it's taken me just seconds to do that? And then, oh, my weathered wood, I really got to stretch. And then that cone flower on the top is usually a little brown. We're going to use some petticoat pink to lighten it up just a touch on one side. And it's done. That easy. That stinking easy to paint rice paper. Isn't that, I was mind blown. It was just, I was like, oh my gosh, how cool is that? I just opened a whole new world for me. A whole new being able to create rice papers for you guys. All right, that is it for my release, guys. Go out there, find a retailer near you, and grab some of the new summer release. A lot of the retailers have already ordered. They have it up on their websites. They have them in their stores. So go ahead and grab your papers. They will be listed on my site as soon as I get off of here. And you can go out and take a look. It's at thepaintedphotographer.com. And oh, I also have to tell you that I am retiring some papers. So I am going to put a post out there and an email for the papers that I am retiring so that you make sure that you get them. Do I have a store locator? No, I am actually getting the retailers onto my new website, and hopefully I'll have a store locator, a retailer locator from that. But right now the website that I have them on, that does not have that capability, but I am moving them to my main website. So hopefully I'll have a retailer locator on the new website. I'm going to work on that this afternoon with my IT person. So I have a meeting set up with them. So we're going to be moving them. All right. Thank you so much. If you are a retailer and you are joining me today, you can put your link in the comments here so that people know that they can find papers at your location as well. And if they are near you. So Amy, I believe you are a retailer. So go ahead and drop your link. Maybe, I don't know. Amy, are you a retailer? I can't remember. I see your name a lot. I just don't remember why. I have a lot going on in this brain. Oh, she must not be because she's asking anyone near Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. I do have someone in Pennsylvania. I think that's Pennsylvania, right? Um, so I'd have to take a look and see where she's at in Pennsylvania. I'm not a retailer, not yet. Well, maybe you need to be. I'm always welcome for more retailers. So, um, all right, everyone. Thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. I have the papers that are retiring. I will go ahead and get a post out there so that you know, so you can grab those papers before they're gone and then grab any of the new ones. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, happy painting.